cross floor with his brother Ryan and the rest of the Outlaws, who have Jackson Brown starting between the pipes. The other end of the floor, we have the Ohsweken Bears. They will have Chase Martin between the pipes. And this is a huge game for these teams. There are 8 teams in the Arenalacrosseleague. The top 2, which right now is the Brampton Express and Toronto Monarchs, are the top 2 teams go into the semifinals right away. The next 4 teams will play in a quarterfinal to match up with those semifinalists, and the last 2 place teams will not make the playoffs. And these right now teams are tied. Ohsweken at 3-6, tied with the Six Nations Snipers for 5th place, and the Oshawa Outlaws are tied for 7th place coming into today. They are at 3-7. So huge, and that is tied with the Paris River Wolves, who lost last night to Brampton. So this game goes a long way to deciding who will make the playoffs and who won't. And for Ohsweken in particular, it's a huge weekend because they play the Six Nations Snipers tomorrow. So 2 days, 2 games that could well decide whether or not they go into the playoffs. And Jackson Brown is strolling over to the Oshawa bench. Oh, I think we're fixing the net down to our right. Is that the holdup? Okay. Don't want to see any shots going straight through the net, so there's Chase Martin with that shiny blue dome. Alex Wagner, the official, who is tying things up down there. Spencer Tanguay at center floor, and our third official, Sebastien Baudouin. Ryan Haig will face off against Justin Joseph. I think Justin just heard me say his name. He turned to look at us. Ready to go. Arenalacrosseleague action from Children's Arena. I'm Steven Stamp. Thanks for being with us. Ball pops loose. Ryan Haig is getting after it. He will get possession and earn himself a face-off win about 70 feet from the dot, and then gets the first shot of the game. That's turned aside by Chase Martin, but it is tracked down there by Ryan Nolan. Here's Brett Clofer. Oshawa a little shy on the right side, so they've got some guys running out. Right now, they've got Nick Webb, number 17, who's over across from Gareth Haig. He's going to take this pass. He'll step back and rip one. Webb's first shot of the game. First shot as a forward. He's definitely had some shots. He's had a great season as a D-transition player. There's a shot. First one on Jackson Brown. That is stopped. That came from the stick of Josh Sanchez. Ben McDonald gets it to Gareth Haig. Here's Zach Terry, leading goal scorer. Not based on shots like that. He was off balance. That was not his finest effort. But one of the top scorers in the league, coming in with 33 goals on the season. And he's actually now quite solidly the leading goal scorer overall for the Outlaws. Terry is, since John St. John was traded to the Peterborough Timbermen. Luke Laskowitz is second, but he is not here today. He's been scoring about 8 points a game, but hasn't been able to play a lot. So that leaves the Outlaws a little shy offensively. Laskowitz and Josh Gilray both away. We'll get into why in a bit. What a rip. Braden Hickey just drops the head of the stick and blasts that one low to the far side to make it 1-0. For an Outlaws team that is going to be trying to find ways to garner some scoring here. As again, Laskowitz not available. Josh Gilray, who is another of their leading scorers. He's got 10 goals, 16 assists. His 26 points putting him 4th on the team in scoring. He is off awaiting the birth of his child along with his partner. Talked to Andy Glenn, the head coach today for Oshawa, co-head coach with Ryan McMichael. McMichael not available today, but Andy Glenn was saying, yeah, Josh wanted to play and be ready to go, and Andy said, no, that hole, it's coming. It's part of the experience. You will not be missing that on my watch. Niall Sear, nice strip on Sanchez, pulls back out. Good to see Sear, who had a pretty bad injury last year, back and at speed. Gareth Haig flips it across for Zach Terry. Interesting to see how Terry performs without John St. John, who, of course, such a big part of this Oshawa offense for not just this season, but the 9 years of the existence of the Arenalacrosseleague. Sanchez. He and Patrick Timothy traveling up together from Florida. Great commitment for these guys. Up top to Portelli. Stephen Portelli coming across the top. And a pick from Xander Dillerond. No problem for Jackson Brown on that one as we're 2.5 minutes in. And Nick Webb into the offensive zone. They hit the cutter. Nice pass. Klofer gets the shot. It's going to be a repossession for Oshawa, which means a 20-second reset. Low to high from Gilmore. Jake Gilmore putting a ton on that one. It's off target, though. It gets off the glass and goes for an over and back. Ohsweken will take possession. Bears go behind the net. Lucas Beaver with the pass out. Lane Smith, he's a sniper. Was a 70-plus goal scorer back in Junior B one year. Tremendously skilled player. Racing up the floor, then jamming on the brakes there was Trent Robertson. Haig trying to get it to Dan Dorval, a junior ALL call-up. Just 18 years old, stepping into his first senior game. Nice job getting rid of that before being knocked back over center by Owen Smith. Here's Portelli. We'll find Sanchez coming off the bench. Sanchez and Sear locking up. A little short arm shot there. Not a bad opportunity for Shane Hallowell. That one won't connect with Sear, and it's scooped up on the run. Oh, that's a dangerous pass in terms of possession, but Tanner Sudan managed to hold on to it. Johnny Miller got him that ball. Sudan racing off. That one gets away from Sanchez under checking for McDonald. That tends to happen. McDonald, terrific player. He's one of the guys in this league that is on the cusp of establishing himself in the NLL. A bit of a tough start to his career after being a first-round draft pick, but I'll tell you, he is plenty good enough, and that's going to be a penalty as Ryan Haig took a shot to the head, and it looks like it will be Nolan Ruddy going to the box. Gareth Haig, he's just having a blast out there. He's having fun with the officials. He's having fun holding the ball, passing it. Curious to see what will happen if he scores a goal, which he probably will. He does tend to score. He's going to get it back. Oh, he's not going to get it at the top as that pass was tipped away. Haig coming in with 10 goals and 12 assists in the 6 games he's played. Gilmore's hard rip. That one was blocked by Luke Maloney. Sorry, that was... Oh, that was Frattini with the stop. No, that was Maloney. He's wearing the 94. He's just got Frattini on the back. That's Luke Maloney. I thought that was an Ireland helmet. Aaron Snow heads to the bench to finish the Ohsweken change, actually. Yeah, they do have 4 guys on now. So they're still shorthanded for another minute and a bit on the slashing penalty. Oshawa pushing it. Colt McNutt. Nolan stopped on that one. Ryan Nolan may go up for some offensive shifts as well. Right now he's tracking back. Now he's going to head to the bench, get some fresh legs out there. 45 left on the Ohsweken penalty. Adreno, the veteran captain of the team, flips it to the far side, and he'll stay up high. And what a finish there. Short-handed goal for the Bears. Lucas Beaver getting congratulations. On the way to the bench, he turns and points to Josh Sanchez and says, right there, that's the guy who did it. Haig and Joseph once again. Joseph comes away with it to himself. I swear he was thinking about throwing it back to his goalie there. Said tried to go to Maloney, who gets trucked over by Nolan. Nolan will slow it down. He's waffling. He will head to the bench. Zach Terry gets a shot off, jumping up over the crease. Snow pulls up. Hands it off there to Portelli. Pick from Dillerone. Dillerone from Winnipeg, Manitoba, coming into play. Oh, no goal. Haig steps in the crease. That will dampen the enthusiasm of celebration he may well have had coming. And he knew it. He didn't argue in the least. Just kind of shakes his head as he gets to the bench. Here's Hallowell. Toe drag, loses it, but Beaver's there to help out. He can't quite get the ball, and it's snagged. Here comes Oshawa with Scotty Edwards. Edwards, who came over in the John St. John deal. The only player they got a bunch of draft picks, including a first this year, this November. Josh Chiguri saying for an offensive shift, hands it off to Mitchell Jeffroy with the ball now. Oh, what a shot, Jeffroy. Picks that far corner. That's a beauty from Jeffroy. A little skipper just inside the post. We're at 7:20 to go in the first quarter. The next non-goal stoppage will be the officials' timeout. Haig and Joseph again. This is one of those games within the game. The two dedicated draw players. A little bit early as Joseph got down quickly on the ball, too quickly, and we will go to that officials' timeout. It is 2-1 for Oshawa, and we'll be back with more Arena Lacrosse League action right after this break. Ready to roll. Mitchell Jeffroy will have possession up at center floor once Alex Wagner gets his helmet buckled back up. Doesn't want to have to give himself a penalty for the chin strap undone. So he will fix it, blow the whistle, and away we go. Nick Webb on that right side with Clofer. Gilmore flicks that one over. Timothy trying to get to it. That's going to be, it's over and back because there was a touch. Thought we might have a loose ball push. Ball's picked up by Patrick Timothy. Watch, Patrick Timothy is going to do something in this game that just makes you marvel at his athleticism. Terrific athlete, determined lacrosse player. First met him a few years ago. Oh, what a chance in the finish. Xander Dillerone using that size and strength to withstand a couple of checks that are knocking him down, and he tucks it home. That is a Manitoba helmet he's wearing. Well, Winnipeg. Cool to see players from across the continent, really, coming to play in the Arena Lacrosse League. Joseph and Haig back to the dot. Haig rips it out, grabs it, flings it across. He was aiming for Clofer. Zach Terry thought it was to him, reached out and had to make quite a catch, but he managed to hang on to it. Hands it off to Gareth Haig. Dan Dorval is out there. And Clofer coming in as the last guy. They're going to probably toss it out to him. They will. Last one, that got deflected by a defender. Haig's shot is stopped. Sanchez had an assist on that last goal, and now he's got the ball again. Flinks it to the far side. That's Renault coming out. Oh, what a save, Jackson Brown. He can be spectacular. That was a great stop. Again, important game here in the battle for the final couple of playoff spots. Oshawa, Ohsweken, along with Six Nations and Paris, all sitting there with 3 wins. Gilmore going to the far side. Oshawa's had some success over in that far pipe, shooting around screens and things. And Josh Taguri pretty smartly just touches that ball. That'll blow play down and won't allow Patrick Timothy to start with any kind of quick restart. So Ohsweken gets their offense set and going. Delarone looked like he was going to come set a pick for Portelli. A little slip instead. They go to Delarone. Tried to swim, but there was nowhere to go. He was sandwiched between McDonald and Taguri. Outlet pass from Taguri. Nice catch by Hickey, the first goal scorer in the game. He almost had another one. They are going by that right foot of Chase Martin. They must have a scout on him. That is where to try and find a hole. It's worked a couple of times for them. Here's Heron Snow. Nice little skip across. Sorry, that's Nikki Snow. Heron's not here today. Spencer Tanguay, as he's calling for the over and back, has to avoid the ball bouncing off the boards. And Taguri's on the other side of the over and back this time. He'll just let that one roll and be handed the ball in the corner. Looks like he'll stay for this shift as Gareth Haig will find Dorval coming off the bench. Zach Terry, he finds a way to score goals. There's a one-way. Oh, wait. We've got a no goal and a yes goal. The first official actually looked like he was going to wave it off, then threw his hands up. Alex Wagner on the far side adamantly saying no goal. You can go back and take a peek at that one. Let us know whether it should have counted. I'm of the opinion, watching quickly, that it probably was a crease violation. Who knows? Bang, bang, play. Very difficult call for the officials. The emphatic nature of how Wagner called it makes it seem like he knew. Nice job to get that shot off. But Lucas Beaver was falling. It's stopped by Jackson Brown. Shot stopped by Martin. That's a tricky one. Nicely caught there by Costello. Portelli heading behind the net, watched by Rob Clofer. Hallowell backpedaling, left it there. It's picked off. Nolan on the run. Big swap by Lane Smith. Pass off to Webb. Oh, he was heading for the net before he made the catch. And they're going to say through the crease and then first to play the ball. So Nick Webb and Outlaws will hand it over. Here's Frattini, or Maloney. That name on the back's really messing me up today. Delarone. Eddie Renault running downhill, gets that twister off. They feed one through. Beaver comes around. That one's good. Beaver shooting as he falls for the second time. This one finds its way in. And Ohsweken takes their first lead of the game, edging ahead 3-2. We got 2:48 left to go here in the first quarter. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arenalacrosseleague action from Children's Arena in Oshawa. Second game of the day. We thought the first one would be quite a battle. The Peterborough Timbermen, bolstered by the acquisitions of John St. John and Caleb Martin, going up against the Whitby Steelhawks. It was no such thing. Final score, I don't even remember, but it was a lot to not that many. Whitby pretty much doubling up Peterborough in that game. Big surprise to everyone watching. This should be another dandy, though, and so far, this one's living up to the hype. Haig grabs it at the top. They've got 17 still on the shot clock. Webb's going to go back to Haig, who's going to rip it. Saved by Chase Martin. He pounces on the rebound. He's got a man up the floor. Probably a good decision not to make that pass. Mitchell Jeffroy was coming back, lurking, looking for a pickoff. There's the give. No go to come, so. Off. There you go. Hard blast from downtown from Hallowell. This is Braden Hickey. He looked like he was seriously considering that shot. Oh, this is going to be a dandy, though. He took off maybe a little earlier than he intended. Kind of got between steps and dove, but it was only part way, little ways across the crease. Tell you, off camera, one thing that's really standing out for me for Ohsweken is how hard their players, their defenders are getting off the floor when they're going for their changes after they push the ball up. Obviously, a team that believes there's value in getting into the playoffs. They definitely Ohsweken, if they get everything together, they're the kind of team. Here's McNutt, rips one, saved by Martin. They're the kind of team that can really bedevil a team. That came through and came right out of play. That went through a bunch of rafters cleanly, didn't touch anything, but went straight into the mesh and came out, provided a little excitement for the fans in the front row. Gareth Haig had a wide open lane, but it was closing, so he handed it off. Gilmore thinking about the shot, can't connect with Dorval. Picked up by Ruddy. There's a big swat on the swinging wrap check from Zach Terry. Ruddy still with it. Steps on the line. That's an over and back. He's going to stay there. Runs into one player, but it's Taguri with the shot after taking the pass. Nice split save from Martin. Here goes Johnny Miller. Oh, that pass is knocked down, stolen by Josh Taguri. He's got Scott Edwards up the floor, gets it to Edwards. He'll go to the middle. Sees there's not a whole lot, really, in terms of a good scoring opportunity. Lane Smith has stayed down the floor, so did one Oshawa defender. That shot's wide from Taguri. 10 still on the shot clock. Jeff Geddes heading in. He's warded off nicely. And now there's a penalty coming. Is that a penalty? Yeah, it's a slashing call. As the quarter comes to an end, we'll see the adjudication when we come back for more Children's Arena Lacrosse League action. See you then. We're back and ready to roll. It is 3-2 for the Ohsweken Demons, and they are going to the power play. Scott Edwards. Oh, delay of game is the call. Yeah, I can see that. Outlet pass, and Nick D'Amico. Nice job corralling that one. Steps into the offensive zone. Delarone will leave it there, or will he? He will not. But Oshawa's all over it. They know where the ball is. Comes back to Renault. Lane Smith at the top. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Very methodical power play. Leads to a heavy, heavy shot from Lane Smith. Jackson Brown wanted to make sure that didn't land in the net. Crease is fine. McDonald finds Nolan. Oh, he ducks underneath. Nice little hesitation move and created a pretty good scoring chance for himself. It's turned aside by Chase Martin. Still a minute to go for Ohsweken on this power play. Delarone. This time he clearly gave the ball to Eddie Renault. They come to Lane Smith. See his back at the top. Portelli finds Delarone. That shot got partway past Brown, but was snagged. Nice pass ahead. Here's Josh Taguri. Just misses. Really like that outlet pass from Trent Robertson. Having himself a good game. Aiden St. with a little swat at Patrick Timothy. And then the tight pass, and Nicky Snow had to snag that one out of the air. Pass from about 3 feet away. Here's Eddie Renault over to Lane Smith. They've still got 17 on the penalty. 8:10 now on the shot clock. Smith flips it behind his back. DeLaronde, that one's off the post. It's a fresh 20. They've got 5 left on the penalty, so I think now they can shoot if they like. Oh, and they do. Eddie Renault makes the most of that chance. .207 into the third quarter. Renault extends the Bears' lead to 4-2. Bears without one of their top four scorers as well. We mentioned that Laskowitz and Gilray are away. Dante Koulis has played 6 games, has 30 points for Ohsweken, but he is an NLL practice squad guy, so he's obviously with his NLL team when he can be. Nick D'Amico. Shores! Oh, D'Amico. Kind of came out of nowhere on that one. And Nick D'Amico, what a finish. Ohsweken's getting on a roll here. They were down 2-1. They have scored 4 straight goals. There's 3 straight goals. I think that's 4. That should put them up 5-2. We'll see when the score goes up. Still saying 4-2. Am I wrong? I thought it was 5-2 now. Hard rip as the Bears just keep pressing. What a catch by Lucas Beaver. Penalty coming as Niall Sear got his stick up into the side of the face mask of Beaver. Beaver spins away. They've still got a dozen on the shot clock as Hallowell takes that pass. Blast one, and they're going down to that spot. I guess they figured Oshawa was scoring goals down in that bottom corner. They might as well have a go. It's off the post and up out of play. Ohsweken right back to the power play. They lead 4-2. Apparently I am wrong. I could have sworn they had a 5th goal. I'm taking a poll of the fans, and everyone here seems to think it's 5-2. Yeah, we're unanimous. Huh? Oh, no, we're not unanimous. We have 1 4, 2 5s, 3 5s if you count me. Anybody else want to weigh in? I don't know. We'll get on to the power play. That one's going to be an over and back, and Josh Chiguri will go down and get it. Chiguri starts to head back to the bench, then strolls back to pick that ball up. Minute 37 left in Oshawa's penalty. Well, it's Ryan Haig to the box, not Niall Sear. Just saw the stick basically up into the face. Oh, what a catch and a shot! Short-handed goal for Zach Terry. That's a nice bit of ball movement, but then Terry, that is just a goal scorer's goal. .124 still to go in the Ohsweken power play. Trent Robertson out for this face-off battle. Penalty coming to Scott Edwards. Oh. Oh, no. Sorry, the penalty is coming to Trent Robertson. Edwards was flirting with another one. Took a swing at Joseph while he was down and then came very close to butt-ending an Ohsweken player as he walked away from the scrum. Joseph definitely looking shaken up. So Oshawa has pulled to within 1 at 4-3, but they are now 2 men short. Not to be cold-hearted, but you're only a couple steps from the bench. Yeah. He'll be okay eventually. You want to make sure you have some protection. Justin Joseph is having a laugh about it now that the pain is fading. And 5-on-3 with Renault up as the safety valve. He's actually pretty close, right down by the restraining line. Step in if needed, and he's got it and keeps it moving. Gets it around to Lane Smith behind the back. Nice chance for Hallowell, swallowed up by Jackson Brown. Brown's got nobody to pass to. Nobody even making themselves available. He'll just fling it down the floor, and Ben McDonald will chase after it. But it's going to be scooped up, grabbed by Ohsweken first. Nick D'Amico hands it off. Maloney moves it on, and we're back to the power play. 20 on the shot clock, still over 30 on the 5-on-3 advantage. You really need to take advantage of these. Can actually be a momentum swing the other way if you don't score on the 5-on-3. Dillerone. Portelli. Renault's going to step in and go down to the crease. Backdoor. Lovely passing there. That's a pretty neat way to use the safety guy up top. So just kind of step in over the restraining line or to the restraining line, fling the pass down to the crease, and then Hallowell keeps it moving. Nice movement. It's 5-3 now. The first penalty had 16 seconds left. So now there's 1:01 left on the 5-on-4. Justin Joseph is back. Still getting his gloves settled back on. A nice little crank on the head of that face-off twig. Any face-off guys out there have an extra stick laying around that you feel like donating? I've had a request from one of the England women's players who's trying to get into regular face-off duty for a face-off head or a face-off stick. Let me know. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. Here's Eddie Renault. Portelli moves it on. Dillerone back to Portelli. So he just finished the change with Smith coming out. He's over on his offside. Now he's in the middle. He thought about the pass, and that was a pass from Dillerone. They kind of handcuffed Lane Smith. They were running out of time on the shot clock. Had to get a quick stick. Couldn't get one on. That'll do it for the Ohsweken power play. There's only a dozen seconds left on the penalty. There's Trent Robertson in the box. He steps out, steps to the bench, and we're back to 5-on-5 with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Zach Terry from downtown. He's saying there was a touch, and the official agrees. Not sure if it hit a defender or the goalie. It didn't look like it was on target, but clearly went off of someone, and Oshawa's got a fresh possession. 20 seconds on the reset as Arenalacrosseleague repossessions are a 20-second shot clock. Haig running down Main Street. Huge hit from Patrick Timothy. And Gareth Haig does a little wave action as he gets up. Heads off to the bench. He is having a lot of fun playing today. I mean, I'm not sure he enjoyed the hit, but he had some fun arising from it. Long cross-floor pass from Sanchez. Hard shot from Hallowell, but it bounces straight out to Nolan. Dorval cuts through the middle. Nolan hangs onto it, now moves it over to Mitchell Jeffroy. Jeffroy has Gilmore with him. Dorval, he's going to fire one. Foot save by Chase Martin. They were going back to that same spot. Beaver hustling after it, trying to get there before Jeffroy. Then he runs him over from behind. And it's going to be possession to the Outlaws, and Ryan Nolan flings it ahead to Dorval. Webb hands it off. They get to Dorval behind the back. That's a pretty nice chance there for Dan Dorval. I've never heard of him, honestly, before today. He is a junior all call-up. Honestly, one of the smallest players I've ever seen on a lacrosse floor. But, boy, that's a pretty nice play. Good skill behind the back rip. Steele reaching out at full extension. And then D'Amico pops back up. That's an athletic play to get the stretch out, the steal, get knocked down, and pop back up and maintain possession. Hands it off to the offense. Delarone cut through the middle, wanted the ball. Now he's going to get it. He has a cutting Renault. Far side, just over the top of the crossbar. They've got 10 to shoot. Lots of room there. Hallowell fires one. Jackson Brown stops it. And we have reached the officials' timeout, just 6 seconds past the midway point of the second quarter. It's 6-3 for the Oshawa Bears, and we'll be back with more action in 2 minutes. Nick Webb will start with possession for the Oshawa Outlaws as we get ready to go in the second half of the second quarter. Jackson Brown just arriving there. And away we go. Tanner Sudan all over Webb. Webb makes a nice pass ahead. And there's going to be a penalty there as Haig went down hard. Maloney and Haig getting into it. Haig was banged up. Brett Clover's pretty fired up over there, having some words for Owen Smith. Wait, is it just Gareth Haig going to the penalty box? Oh, okay. Osweken's already got their player in there. Gareth Haig's still smiling. Officials explaining things to the captains. Oh, now they're going to gather and just make sure they've got everything together. There are deuces up for both, which would make us 4-on-4. We've got 7:11 to go. It's a 6-3 lead for the Oshawa Bears. Oh, back of my mind, I'm still thinking it's really 7. And they've opted to go for a draw. Oh, no, they are giving the possession to Oshawa. I thought they were tossing the ball there for a face-off. And Eddie Renault trying the hidden non-ball trick. I'm not sure who he was trying to fool. He was having a good smile with the official. So Renault will start with it. Sanchez and Portelli, the righties. Lane Smith, the other lefties. Of course, it's not a power play. It is 4-on-4. Renault circles back around over to Sanchez. He's looking shot, gets one off, but Brown had it in his stick and fires one on a rope to Taguri. What a play. Great pass from Jackson Brown. Led to a bit of a tricky catch as it did get a little bit low on him, but Taguri makes the catch with barely breaking stride. Settles back into his rhythm and bounces one 5-hole. Oshawa gets one back to make it 6-4, just 15 seconds into this 4-on-4. Okay, so Haig gets a penalty for playing without his helmet. Illegal equipment, technically. It was a illegal body check from Tanner Sudan. I actually thought Haig was just going to pick his helmet up, which you can do. But he wound up being engaged in the play before he got it and put it back on. It's going to be a loose ball push there. And the ball will go to the Bears and Lucas Beaver. Delarone trying to come up over the top. Looked like he was going to flip behind the back pass. Gets the shot instead. Jackson Brown looked like he was preparing for the pass, man, to recover and made that stop. Just over a minute left in the 4-on-4. Delarone, another shot from downtown. Brown saw that one all the way. He'll make the short outlet pass to Trent Robertson. Robertson glides over center, sees a lane, pulls it up. He does get the pass to Dan Dorval. He shoots from his offside. That's back in. Kane Kettle scooped it up and just stepped into the crease as he was going. Dorval watched by Maloney. Jeffroy behind the back. Little push pass there. That one's stopped by Martin on the shot. Gilmore takes it along the boards. Fires one that's off the target. That's going to be an over and back. Chasing after it is Nicky Snow. Not going to get there in time for a quick restart, so he'll head to the bench. The offense will come out with 12 seconds left in the 4-on-4. A little bit of an advantage for Ohsweken when this one ends because they are closer. Their bench, because they're in the offensive zone right now. What's that call? Illegal substitution. What? Too many men? I'm not sure if Ohsweken sent somebody out a few seconds early, looking to really take advantage of that because with Tanner Sudan stepping out of the bench, out of the penalty box, he could have stepped into the bench, send somebody from the far end, and they're immediately have a few seconds of advantage. But right now it's 4-on-3 for a second, and now we're back to even. And Kane Kettle's going to have to race down the length of the floor because the ball's gone the other way now. Here's Clofer. Thought about it. Goes to Haig up at the top. Back to Clover. He'll shoot this one. Foot save. They're still going by that right foot of Chase Martin. He is adjusted and seems to be on to that one. Nicholas Webb. Webb looking to pass. Didn't look like he was really thinking about shot. That one's tipped in. And that may be the most fun that Gareth Haig's had in this day where he is really enjoying being back on the lacrosse floor. .446 to go. Oshawa has pulled within one. It's 6-5 for Ohsweken. D'Amico scoops that one up. I'm still waiting to get confirmation. Oh, it's a Gilmore goal. So what did Haig have to do with it? Just enjoyed it? They must have tipped off a defender. Definitely took a strange route to the net. Come back and take a look and let us know. Jackson Brown will leave it there after that back in call. And the Bears will go to the attack. DeLarone comes on as Portelli is considering his options. Goes up to Sanchez and heads to the middle. Renault has a man open. Gets knocked down. That one's, it may have gotten across the goal line, but Renault had landed in the crease by then. Here's Niall Sear. Clofer over to the far side, and Jeffroy feeds it in. There's a stop from Chase Martin on a dangerous chance for Zach Terry. Outlet pass to Malloy. He'll slowly turn back out. Hand it off to Hallowell. Portelli thought he might have a lane to the net he liked. Wasn't there. Spins away again with Hickey all over him. 5 to shoot, so Hallowell will just rip one. That's off target. It'd be over and back, but it's going straight to Hickey, who's going to fire one. Again, going by that right foot of Chase Martin, and almost had Martin. He had him off balance a little bit. Now there's a chance for Gareth Haig. That one's stopped by Martin, and he's going the length of the floor to Patrick Timothy, who spins. He'll have a break. Scores! Patrick Timothy. Great balance to spin and be ready to shoot, and buries that one up in the top corner. That time they get the 7th goal put up on the board. And Ohsweken will go ahead 7-5 with 3:07 to play in the half. This game living up to the expectation it would be a competitive battle, unlike our previous game of the day. Jeff Geddes hustling after that one, snags it, and fights through a couple of checks. They've got to get over center. After all that athleticism, the turf monster grabs him and Geddes goes to the turf, but he made the pass first. Here's Gilmore. Finds Webb. Nick Webb, you got to look at the net. Be ready to shoot when you get a chance. I'm not saying that was a shooting chance, but be thinking about it. Be thinking about it. There you go. Spins underneath. Spins back. Pass across. That's a nice play. Pass is just off the mark. Webb grabs that one, but the 30 expires. He'll have to put it down. D'Amico waiting for someone to pass to. Eventually, it's Dillerone that he gets the ball to. Behind the net is Sanchez. Brown very much aware of Sanchez, thinking about that dunk into the near top corner. That rip from Lane Smith, well off target, almost came back to him. Now it does come to Dillerone, who's going to try far side. It's a crease violation when he landed, and it'll be Oshawa possession. McNutt fired it ahead to Scott Edwards. Will spin away from a check and find someone coming off the bench. 20 on the shot clock. Jeffroy to the near side to Clofer. Kind of isolating him. Now the pick coming from Zach Terry across floor. Haig fights to the net. Gets by Nolan Ruddy and has a good look, but stopped by Chase Martin, who's kind of dialed in as this game has gone on. Sean Malloy. Solid, smart game for him. That one's off the post and up out of play. Sanchez circling up over the top, rips it across the restraining line to Hallowell, who has some space. That one's wide. It's going to be a little pick anyway. Caught it! That one came right up here, hit the ceiling, came down, almost bounced on a fan in front. And then I had the sharpness to grab that. I was just going to say they probably need a new ball. This one's getting a little dirty. It is. It's pretty dark. Zach Terry gets it back. Steps away from the check from Maloney. Pick from Jeffroy, who spun off it and gets down low for a shot. Martin has it between the feet, just leaves it there. And Kane Kettle with the outlet pass. Tanner Sudan switches hands. Gets tripped up. Big save. Jackson Brown on a chance for Dillerone. Sudan racing in, and Dillerone will get it. Oh, timeout. Wondering what was going on. Ohsweken will take it as they get possession with 34.7 to go in the half. They will take their first half timeout, set something up. Chase Martin coming to the bench. Not sure if he will stay. Do you go with the extra attacker with that 4.7 second gap? We saw one in the earlier game where the team did pull their goalie. Whitby pulled their goalie, and Peterborough actually got the ball and had a chance to fire at the far end. Kind of rushed things. Didn't realize that they had 3 or 4 seconds. Could have taken their time and had a really good shot on the empty net. See what happens in this one. 2 more games tomorrow. They are makeup games from ones that were canceled earlier in the season because of weather. That will see these Ohsweken Bears, who are hoping to hold on to this lead and expand it and pull out a win to move into a 4-6 record. Six Nations Snipers are 3-6, the exact same as Ohsweken at this point. So obviously huge for all these teams battling for the 5th and 6th places, the final 2 playoff spots. That's Ohsweken, Oshawa, Six Nations, and Paris. The bottom 4 teams in the standings at the moment, all entering play today with 3 wins. Oshawa with 7 losses, Ohsweken with 6. Of course, they're making up tomorrow, the one that they missed earlier. Paris has another game tomorrow as well. They were one of the teams having to make up a game. Portelli trying to fight off Josh Jaguri one-on-one, eventually hands it off to Hallowell, who now he's trying to bull his way through. A couple of seconds on the shot clock, and Ohsweken is kind of running a couple of isolation plays. Martin is between the pipes. With 11.3 to go, now it's going to be Andy Glenn's turn to take a timeout, and Oshawa is going to try and set something up, and they will be pulling Jackson Brown. He'll head to the bench. Get a little early halftime water. Gareth Haig kind of leading the huddle For the Outlaws, got Zach Terry, Mitchell Jeffroy out there, Nick Webb, Jake Gilmore, and Brett Clofer. Yeah, it's 4 lefties for Oshawa. So they are a little short on right-handers at the moment. We mentioned Josh Gilray away. They will be having a baby, he and his partner, anytime now. It could have happened by now. We're not sure. Actually, it's probably happened by the time you're watching this. It may have happened in real time as this game is going on. Luke Laskowitz also not here, so Oshawa will go with 4 lefties, 2 righties. It'll be Gareth Haig starting with the ball, 11 seconds. Pretty casually coming forward, and 6 seconds left. He's just going to fire one. That hits somebody in the butt. And with 1 second left, oh my goodness, is that a goal? The officials are going to talk. They're going to have a discussion. Did that get in before the buzzer went? Now, it's not even the buzzer. It's before the clock goes to 0. A lot of people kind of stopped. Nick Webb did not. Now that is getting ready to shoot. That's a goal. Huge goal with 0 seconds on the clock. Makes it 7-6, and they have to go take a face-off. Obviously, formality. Send some different people out. You don't need your face-off guys. Nah, Ryan Haig's going out. Just send the 2 closest people. There's 0 time on the clock, so I don't think they're even going to put a 1/10 of a second back up. Even the goalies are coming out for this. Oh, they're going to put 1 second on. No, 1/10. Whistle goes. The clap's over. 7-6. That is a goal. Wait, did they say Haig? Was that not Nick Webb that shot that? Now that's going to be changed to Nick Webb. His first goal as a forward. And we will go to the half with the score 7-6. And we'll take 10 minutes and we'll come back for the remainder of what has been an exciting game here in Arenalacrosseleague action. Welcome back, lacrosse friends. After a goal with 1/10 of a second to go in the first half, it is a 1-goal game, 7-6. The Ohsweken Bears leading the Oshawa Outlaws. That was the Nick Webb goal that brought them within 1, and we are ready to go with quarter number 3. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arenalacrosseleague action. Wrapping up a 2-game day here at Children's Arena. Quarter. Will they? Hey, how you doing? It's a hard job to count. We're ready to go now. We had some things getting sorted out. Joseph and Haig back at it, battling at the dot. Now Sear will scoop that ball up. Trent Robertson steps over center. Robertson still looking for someone to get the ball to. Bounces it to Zach Terry. Here's Gareth Haig. That shot's wide. Comes back to him. Big shove. Oh, Patrick Timothy gets it. He had a beautiful goal earlier. Scores another one. Pat Timothy on the run. McDonald racing off the bench to try and turn that one aside, but Timothy with his second makes it a 2-goal lead for the Bears. Haig and Joseph once again. Joseph pulls it out to himself. It's okay to run back over center there. He's shoved down by Aiden Saint. Hangs on to the ball. Fires it ahead. Niall Sear tries to check D'Amico back over center, but this is going to be a scoring chance. Well, at least an offensive possession for the Bears. Hallowell lobs it up top to Portelli. Bears have 8 seconds to get a shot off. Here's Sanchez ducking underneath. Well defended there by Robertson. That one's wide, and the 30 is going to run out. Let's not assume it, though, as was over and back. After that Nick Webb goal with maybe half a tenth of a second left, when you break it right down frame by frame, we're not going to count things over until the buzzer goes. Jeff Roy to the far side. Clofer ducks underneath, fires, stopped by Chase Martin. Martin's been sharp since giving up 3 goals fairly early on. He has really been tough to beat. I'd say Oshawa has probably had more good scoring chances since those first 3 goals. That's going to be a check from behind as D'Amico was sent to the turf. Portelli over to Hallowell. Lane Smith behind the net. Diving dunk attempt. Grabbed by Nolan. And Beaver's chance had a pretty good chance, but he had to take an extra step to get his footing before the dive. And he wasn't able to bury that one, but Ohsweken will have a chance on the power play to extend their lead to 3 goals. McDonald and Edwards will be the low men. Actually, no, McDonald's switching. He'll send Niall Sear down with Edwards to be low, and Josh Drury and McDonald will be up top. Smith quarterbacking the lefty strong power play. Gets it back from Renault. Here's Dullerone, reach around shot. Miss is stopped, and Sear's on the run. He's got Taguri with him. He's got a trailer in McDonald. Oh, and Taguri was right on top of the crease. Just has that pass get away from him. Ben McDonald will slow it down. Still a minute and a half to go on the Oshawa penalty. The check from behind to Jack Longmore. Dullerone long lobbed pass over to the far side. Renault flips it over to Portelli. Far side to Dullerone, doesn't connect. They've got 8 on the shot clock, still about a minute on the penalty. Already Renault. As they spend almost the entire 30-second shot clock not really doing a whole lot, then they just hand it to Eddie Renault and say, just let her rip. And he does and bounces it home past Jackson Brown. It's 9-6? 10-6. Yeah, it's 9-6. That one's right. See, now I'm all flustered. But Timothy, I said his second goal gave him the 2-goal lead. That made it 8-6, and then the Renault goal, 9-6. Ran into Gareth Haig in the hallway in the halftime, by the way, and asked him, are you having as much fun as you look like you're having out there? He said, always. I'm having a blast. He was ready to go. He wanted to play last week. They wouldn't let him. They wanted him to make sure he was healthy. What a rip from Terry. Again, going by that right foot of Chase Martin, but Martin, with a big save, just gets his foot out there. I think they're going to have to adjust the scout for the second half because Martin seems to be pretty lasered in on that particular spot. Here's Sanchez. Rears back, legs going to shoot, hands it off to Portelli, and Lane Smith takes it as he runs in. Aiden Saint on him, takes him to the turf. Smith slow to get up. He went down kind of heavily. Niall Sear, another save by Chase Martin. Lane Smith still making his way to the bench. He just got up. He's heading over. Came down with Saint on top of him. It may have been more the Saint landing on him than the landing itself that was the issue. Oh, Hayes bouncer gets up into the face of Chase Martin. We're going to have a holding the stick penalty as Jake Gilmore has to go and track down his twig. That'll be Portelli going to the box. So after a power play goal, the Bears are now going to have to try and kill an Oshawa power play. They'll have Maloney and Miller, the low men, on the penalty kill. Up top, they'll have Nicky Snow. And I think that's Kane Kettle. Yeah. Lefty strong for Oshawa with Haig at the top, taking it from Gilmore. They've got Terry down in the crease. He'll probably float up to the shooter spot at some point. Hard rip from Haig, stopped by Martin. Now there's a penalty coming behind the play, well away from the crease. Illegal substitution. Didn't see the indication who it's on. I guess it's on Ohsweken. Since Oshawa is being given the ball here. So just 16 seconds in to that first penalty. Now it's going to become a 5-on-3 for Oshawa. They've got Zach Terry at the top. I can't imagine he's just going to be up there as a safety valve. So looks like they'll run actually 5 players. No, Terry is going to stay up top. Webb to Clofer. Hey, skip pass to Webb, goes to the back door on the wrong shoulder where Gilmore could have ripped it. Now Webb's going to go. That's the right spot. That was a nice pass on that one. Gilmore just wide. Great slide by Luke Maloney to get in the shooting lane and force him to try and go around. And that is an absolute bomb. Brett Clofer looked like he was just releasing a year of pent-up anger as he rocketed that one off the crossbar. Did that come down from the ceiling or is it still up there? Yeah, it's still up there. Oh, I see it. You see the V there of the metal? It's right there, right in front of us. There's a rip from Terry. That one came down and bounces up into the match, but doesn't come into the stands. I'm so excited that I found the ball up in the stands. You never see where they stay. What a run by Luke Maloney end to end. It actually was right on top of the net. On top of the crease. I thought he might take a shot. Now he's de-sticked and will just messy it over into the mesh, and that will get up into the seats. No, don't put it back in now. No, Mackenzie, just wait. A helpful fan was trying to put the ball back into the refs, but they were already down the floor. We just led to confusion. Here's Zach Terry. Still 5-on-3, and they are definitely going everybody down. Usually you only go with 4 because it's just too many cooks on a 5-on-3, but they're going to go to Terry. The pass to Gilmore is a little bit high. Dan Dorval is running off the floor. Terry will bounce one. It got underneath Martin. Where is it? Oh, it's staying right underneath his knee. Gilmore trying to put some pressure on Chase Martin, who will rip one. That's up into the stands. Nick Webb grabs it and is on the run. Heads up play. He'll get it back. Oh, Webb can't believe he was so open. Such a good look. Got a shot off, a pretty good shot. Then wound up stepping through the crease when he went to play the ball. Six left on the first penalty as Oshawa gets into the offensive zone. They're taking a long time to get things settled. First penalty's over, just 7 seconds now on the second. Will they take a shot? They will. Saved by Martin. 3 on this penalty. Terry, this would be a dangerous one. Haig's going to shoot it. Costello was released there. It's going to go back to Oshawa. Ohsweken didn't send another player out. Oh, there we go. They've got 5 now. Costello came off the penalty box. Here comes Kettle. It's going to be an illegal sub on Oshawa. And then Trent Robertson may take another one. Yeah, they're sending Robertson to the box, so that's going to be 2 penalties to Oshawa because it wouldn't be Robertson going to serve it. It would be their in-home. So he's going to get the illegal body check, and they're going to have the illegal sub. So from a 5-on-3 for Oshawa, we're going to go very quickly to a 5-on-3 for Ohsweken. The first one's an interference call. Okay. Or the second one's an interference call on Robertson. So he'll serve his own. And Jack Longmore will be in to serve the illegal substitution. So Ohsweken, after killing their 5-on-3, has a chance to take advantage of one the other way. Oh, yeah, they only got one. What? Wait. Okay, it is 5-on-3. I thought he just said 5-on-4 as play was starting, but it's 5-on-3. That shot turned aside by Jackson Brown. Great look for Portelli. 13 seconds in. Renault will be the safety valve up top, as he was earlier when Ohsweken had a 5-on-3 in the first half. That pass from Lane Smith doesn't get through. It's swatted ahead by McDonald just too far, and now it's a 3-on-0. Go ahead and shoot. A goal for Portelli. It looked for a moment like Portelli was just going to run past the crease, and all of a sudden he pulled up and realized they were 3-on-0. I mean, I know you're down 5-on-3, but you've got to have somebody covering somebody. And that should be the illegal substitution release. Yeah, Robertson is staying in the box. So Longmore is let out. We go 5-on-4. 8 minutes exactly to go in the third and 1:33 in the penalty. Ryan Haig couldn't wait. He almost jumped. Then he did jump. And Ohsweken will have the ball and the power play. And Lucas Beaver lobs it across and heads down to the crease. Dillerone over to Smith. Gets it back. Renault steps underneath. He's covered. Goes out to Smith. Oshawa doing a good job. It keeps looking like Ohsweken has shooting lanes, but they keep taking them away. That pass was tipped, and Dillerone has it. It's a 2-on-1. 3-on-2 for a moment. Good job, Scott Edwards, to get out on the floor. Take away a backdoor opportunity for Renault. That's off of Brown and up out of play. And that is a really obvious too many men. Portelli leaving out the front door when they already had 5 guys up in the power play set. So that will negate that. We'll go 4-on-4 for 50 seconds. And we're going to have our official timeout. There's 7:16 to go. It's 10-6 for Ohsweken. When we come back, we'll have 4-on-4 action. I'm Steven Stamp. Thanks for being with us. All right, we're back and ready to roll with 7:16 to go in the third quarter. Zach Terry passes it off, gets it back. Just like that, they get a great scoring opportunity. But Chase Martin, boy, he is dialed in, man. Nicky Snow across to Johnny Miller. He's got Maloney trailing. There's the pass. There's the shot. Nice quick release. Didn't really get it to a good spot, and Jackson Brown was able to make that save fairly easily. Here comes Scotty Edwards. Little hook pass over to Niall Sear. Oshawa into the penalty kill mode as Nick Webb takes this one over to Terry. Terry's thinking shot. He is not a just hold on to the ball penalty kill guy. He's a let's get to the net and do something that will eventually lead to the ball coming back the other way. 5 seconds left on the Oshawa penalty, and then they will step into a man advantage, although Ohsweken's going to have 19 seconds on the shot clock and possession as they do. And Robertson will go out. And Stephen Portelli slashed Robertson, and Robertson just looked at the ref like, come on. No over and back. It's going to roll all the way down to Chase Martin. Hallowell just steps across center, hands it off. 40 left on the Ohsweken penalty. Being served by Kieran Costello. They use the full 30, lob it down into the corner. It's not really a lob. That was ripped pretty hard by Portelli. 30 seconds left on the penalty. Here's Gilmore. Up to Gareth Haig, immediately back. Haig, around the screen. Oh, Martin made the save. Didn't know where the rebound was. Had to get some help from his defense, but Terry stepped in the crease trying to get after it. Nicky Snow up over center. Lane Smith says, hang on, just pass it off. Give it to Xander Dillerone. And Sanchez, he have the, I don't know, bright yellow-green sneakers? DeLaurent finds the man off the bench. Hallowell, he wants a shot. He's got a shot and a goal. You can see Hallowell just saw everything coming together. I can just imagine being in his head. He sees how all the pieces are coming together, and he's got that lane opening up and then buries it just inside the post. And Jackson Brown's going to the bench. Is that? Oh, that is. I was thinking maybe he just wanted some water, but no. The backup goalie throwing his gear on, getting those uppers, and Cole George will be entering the game at least for a brief period because his helmet's settled on. Getting some help from the equipment assistant down there. It was a young man having a lot of fun filling up water bottles and collecting balls after warm-up. And eventually, Cole George is going to come on. One of the slower goalie changes in history. Haig rips it out. Oh, big collision. There's a penalty coming. I don't even know who to. It's just everyone ran into each other. Nick Webb is going to the box. That was just a whole lot happening all at once. So Ohsweken back to the power play with 4:48 to go here in the third. They lead 11-6. A game with huge importance to the playoff picture. The winner of this game gets their fourth win and a leg up on one of those last couple of spots. Behind the back, nice ball movement. Portelli over to Smith, just gets away from him. Hallowell tracks it down. They've got 8 to shoot. He fires one. That's going to come right up here as well. If that had taken a different angle, it could have come right up to us. Oh, I gave somebody a ball earlier. She's not giving me one back, though. Oh, I've just had an offer from Raven to Bobbendung to sign that ball. So you. Zach Terry will take it. Start trying to kill some time. Terry dances around. Watched closely by D'Amico. Oh, sorry, by Nikki Snow. Shot stopped by Chase Martin. Raven just printed her signature. They just don't teach the kids cursive these days. Portelli, watched by McDonald, gets the ball off. Renault takes it at the top. Rips one. Looking for all the world like he was going to flip a behind the back pass to Smith. The lane was open. He fired it. Now he's chasing Sear back in transition defense. Tries the over the top. That's going to be a hold. There's a lot of just good defensive effort and then just kind of got a tug. And it's going to be a penalty to Renault as Oshawa gets an extra attacker. We're 5-on-5. 8 on the shot clock. Plouffer step back shot. That was eaten by Malloy. 3 on the shot clock. Plouffer looking for the dunk attempt. Tries to spin and wrap. Gets a little wide. And we will have 20 seconds of 4-on-4. And then it'll be Oshawa to the power play. We've got 3:08 to go here in the third. 11-6. Ohsweken still ahead. Webb is, Oshawa did have a fifth attack. Oh, yeah, they have a fifth run. Oh, and they both come out. So Oshawa started with 4 runners on the floor and their goalie, Cole George, on the bench. And then Dan Dorval went to run out and Cole George went at the same time. They actually both stepped on. That's just going to give you the full 10 seconds to work with at the end of the shot clock by having the forward out. And then as soon as the penalty ends, he steps into the player's bench. And the goalie runs back in. Now as the ball goes up and out of play, they'll move it to Gareth Haig over to Gilmore. Someone's down the hall for Oshawa. Dorval, backdoor pass. That shot from Terry, a little wide, comes straight out to Clofer. Dorval with a shot. Nice save, Chase Martin. That's a nice little bounce pass from Luke Maloney. He rumbles over to the bench as Nicky Snow tosses it up in the air for Shane Hallowell to grab. 1:05 left on the Oshawa penalty. Still holding call to Renault. Good work by Robertson to get on Hallowell's stick. That ball got up and out of play. Now, oh, they got a first 20. I didn't realize it went off of Robertson. I thought he just hit the stick and that made it go out, but it was apparently off an Oshawa player. So Oshawa will get the 20 seconds on a repossession. Big collision. Oshawa up into the offensive zone. Jeff Geddes gets the shot. Chase Martin with another save. That was swatted at by Terry. I think they're saying through the crease and then playing the ball in Trent Robertson. Nice wheels by D'Amico. You can see he realized right away that if he started fast, he could get past everybody before anything much happened. That's got to be an illegal pick. As Geddes was just sent flying through the air and to the turf from Josh Sanchez. Was Sanchez arguing that? You can't. There's no question. Maybe he was just saying, yeah, okay, you got me. Hickey over to Haig, and Jake Gilmore's going to go to the bench, and Nick Webb will rejoin. They had 4 lefties, which is why Gilmore went to get Webb out there. Webb may have been the guy down the hall. I'm not sure. Probably shouldn't speculate, but he looks fine. He's out there in the defensive zone where he's certainly more comfortable. It's an over and back. Heads up play to get that ball ahead to Terry. Stopped by Martin. Oh no, it gets up out of play. He missed the net. Really smart play though by Braden Hickey to get ready and to get that one ahead and create that scoring chance. We got 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Still 11-6 for Oshawa. Smith trying to bull his way through. Eventually, ball does get taken away, and Niall Sear has it to Ryan Haig. He dropped it. Timothy immediately on him. He gets checked as he tries to pitchfork it up. What a grab by Terry. The stop, though, and then Martin comes up with it. Oh, Zach Terry stepped into the crease to go check Martin. I mean, he didn't touch him, so I guess you can do that. Owen Smith trying to make the one-hand stab, but with 4 seconds left, McDonald gets it ahead. Terry scores! Oshawa are the kings of the late goal. 1/10 of a second left in the second quarter. Nick Webb scored. 1.5 seconds left. Zach Terry scores. You should sign it for me. I got Raven to sign. There's a face-off win for Justin Joseph, a very long 1.5 seconds, and we go to the third quarter break with an 11-7 score for the Oshawa Bears. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to Arenalacrosseleague action here at Children's Arena in Oshawa. It's 11-7 for Oshawa. Kudos to Allison Harding on camera for trying to get a shot of that ball that we found up in the ceiling rafters, but with the netting and the lighting, you just couldn't see it, or we would have had a beauty to show you there. Patrick Timothy races in to try and get that one, but it's a scrum going after it. It pops out, and Lucas Beaver has it. He is surrounded by white jerseys and flattened. Lucas Beaver pops right up and heads to the bench. Took a huge hit from Trent Robertson, will absolutely blow people up. Does tend to accumulate some penalties, but that you could see was a nice, solid, clean hit. That is the difference Trent Robertson can make for you. Bouncer, Chase Martin had a little trouble with it, but comes up with it. Outlet pass. Here's Nick D'Amico. He had Sanchez off the bench, but he was covered up by Aiden Saint. Then Portelli, by the time he got out there, the transition chance was gone. Portelli has it here. Eddie Renault. Renault still hanging on to it. Ryan Nolan on him. Dive by Renault. Jackson Brown back between the pipes for Oshawa. He and Renault, a little glove tap for each other. They're all good. And we continue. A little over a minute gone in the fourth quarter. Ryan Nolan driving. This is Zach Terry. He's in a step back shot. Gets off the boards onto the backside of the crease. Outlet pass to Nicky Snow. Josh Sanchez has been coming off the bench and really kind of being open, but running himself into a bit of coverage or just things closing down. But they need to look at that. Oh, there's a diving dunk attempt. That's a goal. More of a jumping dunk by Portelli. Stays up on his feet. I was going to say Sanchez, they could look to him because it looks like he's not really being picked up as he comes in off the bench. But Portelli goes and does it himself. Make it 12-7. With 13:08 to go here in the fourth. Again, the winner of this game gets their fourth win of the season. Huge step towards a playoff spot. Top 6 teams make it. 3 through 6 will play in the quarterfinals, weekend of March 21st. Location to be determined. And the 2 winners of that will play against the first 2 teams in the standings who get the byes straight to the semifinals the following weekend. There'll be a semis and final that weekend to crown a champion of the Arenalacrosseleague East. Dillerone swimming through everybody for a while, but then Robertson and Haig on him. That shot by Renault stopped. Jackson Brown looking up the floor. Tapped down by Robertson, then he runs onto it. Little toe drag by Robertson. With snow all over him. Gets the pass out to Haig. Bobble double clutch, but keeps finding a way to the net. Just ran out of options as he was getting on top of the crease, and Martin made that save. Terry gets it back. There's a chance for Gilmore. Oh, what a save. Chase Martin. Up and out off of him. So it will be Oshawa possession. Webb, a little trouble catching that pass. Comes away with the ball, though. Changes direction. Oh, nice look out to Dorval. Fires one far side, Dorval. Beautiful goal. Great work from Nick Webb. The pass out, and Dan Dorval slips it between Martin and the far post. Hope somebody grabbed that ball for Dan Dorval. They did. They toss it over to Andy Glenn. He'll hand it off to Morgan Coe, the trainer. She's trying to find somebody to pass it to. Nobody's taking it. She's going to be responsible for that first goal ball. 11:52 to go. That's a big goal beyond just being the first goal for an 18-year-old making his call-up debut in the ALL. It pulls them within 4 goals, much more manageable with just under 12 minutes to play. Dillerone trying to get it back immediately. It's up off of Brown out of play. Jackson Brown's going to adjust the helmet a bit. Get it tweaked back in. He's loaded up, ready to go. And Scott Edwards coming in from the bench. His play was blown in. Sanchez with a shot. One's taken by Robertson. He's got Beaver on him. He'll put his shoulder in. That's going to be a holding call on Beaver. Now that could be a penalty shot. I mean, is that a breakaway? I guess not. I mean, Beaver was there the whole time. So it'll just be a 2-minute minor and a chance for Oshawa to keep creeping back into this one. Gareth Haig will take the ball up at the top. Here's Haig. Ducks around the pick. Shoots far side. Just missed. Hofer. Oh, couldn't quite grab it. It's going to be an over and back, but tracking it down is Nicky Snow. He's going to come out. Shoot. Saved by Brown. Oh, putback attempt by Kane Kettle. Brown was still in position, just stayed there to make that stop. I think Kettle had a little more time than he realized. Could have done something as he had Brown in a kind of compromised position. Maloney comes off the bench, flips it over to Dularonde. Loads up for the fake. That's true. That's a goal. We had a perfect angle right here. I'm about a meter or so to the right of the camera, so maybe it was just me. I don't know if you guys got that shot, but you could see that ball come from between the feet of Jackson Brown and slowly roll across the goal line. 13-8, a shorthanded goal for Ohsweken. Hagen Joseph once again. Hopefully Justin Joseph popped around to the athletic apparel store at halftime. Got himself a full gear. Big whacks there from Aiden Saint. Johnny Miller fighting through them. Still a minute to go on this Ohsweken penalty. Nice job by Ryan Nolan to get that one free. And here comes Saint on the run. Scott Edwards setting a pick, but Saint is pulling back out. Zach Terry, that shot is off of an Ohsweken player. Didn't get out of play, though, so the shot clock keeps on rolling. They're going to go back door to Terry. Oh, saved by the post. Terry dancing in front. Now he's just going to stay up, and they yell immediately. I think it was Chase Martin that yelled to let Johnny Miller know Terry was up there. He would be deadly to find him all alone in your offensive zone, or your defensive zone, his offensive zone. Smith tried to feed one through. Hickey knocked it down, and it's Longmore on the run. He's got Gilmore off the bench, gets it to him. Oh, Gilmore can't believe it. He had a pretty good chance and really didn't get the shot he was looking for. Love the awareness for Longmore and the wherewithal to make that pass. Now Scott Edwards comes away with it. Oshawa battling to the end here as they trail by 5 with 9:12 to go. Gilmore. Nine minutes to go and counting. Dularonde to Portelli. Sanchez kind of hesitates and then cuts through the middle. Hallowell over to Renault. Tried to feed it back to him. It was about shin high. Does track it down. Hits the cutter behind the back. Nice rip Portelli, but Brown was ready for it. Here's Niall Sear. Takes a swat from Hallowell. Runs through it. He's got Terry off the bench. Yeah, the shot was the right play there. It's tough to look off Zach Terry, though. Team's leading goal scorer substantially with 33. Next on the team, the 14 of Jake Gilmore. Kieran Costello didn't realize that was Oshawa ball, so he was taken off with it. Was told, puts it down, and Nick Webb into the offensive zone. Terry with the swim, hands it back to Gilmore. Webb's got a look. Rips far side, save Martin. No over and back. Here comes Nicky Snow again. Much better chance this time. Save again, though, by Jackson Brown. Oh, Ryan Nolan, what a great job. Fighting out of the forecheck from Costello. Rips it up the floor. He's got Hickey with him. Shoots. Hickey's going for the loose ball, but it was too close for Martin. He was able to just scoop it up. Pass to Kane Kettle. I don't like all those little passes right in front of your crease, and it's going to lead to a turnover to Hickey. And Braden Hickey, they took away Terry for sure on the pass because Hickey's on his offside. didn't have much of an angle. So the shot was really all that was left for him, except maybe just circle around behind the net. Try and draw them with you and see if you can get it to Terry. Ohsweken, ball scooped up by Sanchez there. He'll hit the cutter. Beaver spins away from a check, 8 to shoot. Shoved down there from Robertson. Beaver with a big pick. They get the shot off, but Dillerone can't find the target. Scooped up by Ben McDonald. Up ahead to Gilmore. Stopped by Chase Martin. Penalty coming along the near boards. Very difficult for us to see down there. Doesn't look like there's any ill will between the players. Jake Gilmore comes up. He'll put his helmet back on. Oh, maybe there is some ill will. I don't know. Are they having fun or are they really getting into it? Jake Gilmore, I believe that's a Scotland helmet. Does he play for Scotland? No, Scotland for Gilmore. Maloney's wearing the Ireland helmet, and I think that is a Scotland helmet for Gilmore. So a European international rivalry on the floor there. The officials having a chat. There's a minor up on the board each way. So we will have 4-on-4. Oshawa will have possession as this 4-on-4 gets underway. 13-8 the score for Ohsweken. 6:46 to go here in the fourth. Timothy and Snow at the top on the penalty kill. Looks like D'Amico and Miller are the low guys on the penalty kill. Oh, it's not a penalty kill, of course. It's 4-on-4. Oh, wow. The lane just opens up for Gareth Haig, but he got kind of twisted up in himself. The ball landed by his feet in the crease, and here comes Ohsweken pushing the ball the other way. D'Amico's going to slow up. He's got a man off the bench, Portelli. Good job by Scott Edwards to recognize that and take that passing lane away, where Portelli could have had a pretty good chance. Gareth Haig has stayed up the floor, so Miller stays with him, and we've got 3-on-3 in the offensive zone as Sanchez steps back, takes a pick from Portelli. Not much space given there aren't many players out there. Oshawa doing a good job taking away, but Sanchez fights through. Oh, he didn't have the ball. Sanchez was looking to see where he wanted to shoot and then realized the ball was not in his stick. And here comes Niall Sear. Sear rolls that one across. Minute to go in the 4-on-4. Nice bouncer from Clofer. That's turned aside by Martin. 5:40 left in the fourth quarter. Terry has the ball along the boards, fights out of there, drives to the net. He'll score on that one almost every time. Great move by Zach Terry, fights his way through. And it's 13-9 with 5:34 to go. Plenty of time for Oshawa to work with. They just can't waste any. Joseph with the win. Tosses it back over to Miller. D'Amico found himself in some trouble there. Nolan on top of him. It's going to be Miller getting after. That's an over and back. And Oshawa will have the ball. Now there's a discussion because they're saying, was that still off the face-off? Had he established towards the far net? I think he had. I think that's the right call. I know the Ohsweken bench was arguing should have been just okay to go back over center off the face-off, but no, I think they got it right. Here's Nick Webb, looking way more comfortable as the game goes on, as he's playing this game at forward. Fights his way in, takes a stick up in the grill. That shot gets up into the face of Chase Martin. Terry, that's a dangerous one, but it goes wide. Hofer overran it a bit. So here comes Miller. He's got a man off the bench. He'll shoot. Good job taking away the pass to Portelli. So Miller with the shot. 4 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Hickey over to Terry. He'll step back pass. Nolan had to switch hands, switch across to grab that. And they'll find Haig. He's going to rip one. That's an over and back. Patrick Timothy wants to get there. Can you play? Yeah, play's going to be blown down for the over and back. If he picked it up cleanly right away, he may have been able to go. It would have been a judgment call by the officials, but by the time he was able to actually get it, he was definitely too far in for that play to be started up quickly. Here's Renault stepping around, the big pick from Hallowell. Lane Smith behind the back. Dillerone shoots, scores. They had no idea. That's the Marshall Palace hidden ball play as Smith stepping across the back behind the net, flicked it behind his back. Brown had no idea. Nobody on Oshawa was able to let him know that that ball had gone over to Dillerone. He had nothing but net to shoot that one into. 14-9. That's a big goal for Ohsweken, with Oshawa having developed a bit of momentum. 4:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Timothy grabs that one, spins back. Sanchez, Ohsweken taking quite a patient approach here with 3:45 to go and a 5-goal lead. 6 on the shot clock as Hallowell rips one. Trent Robertson. Nice job. I like the way he looked around to get the lay of the land before he went and picked that ball up. Gets to Webb. Oh, what a nice try by Nick Webb. Kind of slowed his momentum by spreading out the limbs so he could get that shot back against the grain. Now he gets after Costello. That's a big pop from Robertson, sending Luke Maloney to the floor. Maloney will get up. A couple of big bodies there. See if they have any further interactions. Maloney's getting called to the bench. Definitely primarily a defender. Another Bear knock to the turf. But it's going to be an over and back. It'll be Oshawa possession, just under 3 to go with a 14-9 Ohsweken lead. Nolan Ruddy on the run. Ryan Nolan gets back with him. Whoever wins today will get their 4th win. That's huge because we do have 4 teams with 6 or more wins each. Brampton, Toronto, Whitby, and Peterborough. 6 wins is pretty much sure to get you in. So these 4 teams with 3 goals. There's one for Lane Smith that inches Ohsweken closer to locking up their 4th win. Hey, if they can hold on to this one and they can pull out a win against Paris tomorrow. Sorry, against Six Nations tomorrow. That would be huge for them. Actually, I think it is Paris. Great clamp by Justin Joseph. Good awareness, and he flips it over, and Johnny Miller will get up over center. Sanchez pulls up. Thought about going to Smith over on the near side, but he's going to slow it down wisely. 2:15 to go. 15-9 the score for Ohsweken. 10 on the shot clock as Dillerone goes across to Smith. Somebody should go to the bench. There they go. A couple of Bears get to the bench for a change. Lane Smith just rolls it in. Ryan Nolan takes off. Smith will go and check him. Not sure Nolan realized that Sean Malloy was coming, but withstood that check. Spins around. We'll lob it up top. Nice job to hang on to the ball, but Oshawa needs goals, so Clofer's going to rip one. That's off Lane Smith out front. And here comes Malloy the other way. Minute 35 to go. You can hear the yells of use it from the bench, which means don't shoot. Let's just keep the clock ticking for another 18 seconds as the shot clock ticks away. Shane Hallowell staying up above the restraining line. Nobody's coming after him, so actually a little surprised he started to win already. I thought he might wait even longer. Pass across doesn't connect with Dillerone, but it's grabbed by Sanchez. He's thinking dunk, tries to tuck it in, stepped in the crease. You can see his eyes widen as he saw a lane to try and go for that dunk from behind the net. Here's Josh Taguri. So we approach the final minute of play. And what is going to be the 4th win of the season for the Ohsweken Bears. They will move to 4-9. Sorry, 4-6. They're at 3-6 right now. This is week 11. Teams generally playing one game per week, but again, Ohsweken with a doubleheader this weekend, as does Paris, since they are making up games, and 2 other teams, Six Nations and one other, might be Toronto. So they're making up for games that had to be rescheduled because of weather a few weeks ago. Portelli standing up near center. D'Amico is ready to go back into the defensive zone. 7 left on the shot clock. Dillerone fires one in at Jackson Brown, down to the final 18 seconds. Geddes, Oshawa is resigned to their fate here. Final 5 seconds will tick away, and the Ohsweken Bears with a 15-9 win. They'll be back in action tomorrow, trying to make that a winning streak. Thanks, lacrosse friends, for being with us here for Arena Lacrosse League action at Children's Arena. 2 more games tomorrow. Lance Wynn will have those for you down at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. And then we'll head to week 12 with everybody caught up, everyone having played 11 games, and we will be in the stretch run towards the playoffs. I'm Steven Sam. Thanks for being with us. We will leave you with the handshake line and see you for more Arena Lacrosse League action soon.